guys, it's Bari. So good to be here with you today. Today I have a really good topic for you. Straight talk, loving, to the point, so that you can really make real change in your love life. So today we're going to talk about dating blind spots. So who here thinks that they have dating blind spots, right? So the truth is that if you're not with your soulmate, then the truth is that you do have them. You have dating blind spots, and we're going to talk about clearing those blind spots so that you really can have what you want, okay? So what is a blind spot? So a blind spot is something that is hidden from your view. You know, it's like when you're driving and you look in the rearview mirror and like there's a car there and you can't see it. So these blind spots really affect us. Oh my God, they affect our perspective. They affect our ability to invite in the right person. They block us from really understanding ourselves. And the blind spots ultimately are coming from the past. It comes from past conditioning. Now I know what you might be thinking, I'm spiritual and I've been to therapy and I really know myself. That's all great. But we still have blind spots. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. So, oh, Vanessa, hi. Oh my God. So happy to see you. Yeah, so happy to see all of you. So dating blind spots are like this. Here's one. There's so many. I'm doing this for 12 years, helping people break out of past paradigms to have healthy love. Now, just before I start out about blind spots, healthy love is conscious and it's lifetime and it's committed and it's very beautiful and it's something that we all need, okay? But one of the blind spots in my experience that people have, including myself before my transformation, is that you sort of think like, oh, this love thing, it'll just work itself out with time. I'm a good person, I'm a spiritual person, so it'll work itself out. At the right time, God will send me the person. That, my friends, is a total and complete blind spot. Who thinks like that? I'm good, I'm spiritual, I'm a giving person. Who thinks like that? Okay, so if you do, let it go. Let it go, because finding healthy, conscious love is not about I'm a good person. It's about being a person who is aligned, that has an embodiment within themselves of wholeness. Wholeness. That means that you are super clear about who you are and what you want and what your vision is. Not looking good, you know, not what other people think or you wanting to please other people. It's not about that. Thinking you're being a good person, and you're good, you're all spiritual and good people, but I ask you this, what else in your life do you think of in those terms? Oh, I'm a good person, so I'm gonna lose 20 pounds. They'll just naturally melt off because I'm good, right? That's silly. It doesn't make sense. Or, oh, I'll become a lawyer because I'm a good person, I'm spiritual. No. To have anything that's worth having is about not hard work, but about congruence, the alignment, okay? So that's a blind spot. So to get around that good person, I'm a spiritual person thing, is to get real and to take off the blinders and to realize that without alignment and embodiment, nothing is gonna happen. And so then what happens is then we say, oh, well, it's not in the cards for me anyway. It's not gonna happen. Or the men out there or online are just so low quality. But here's a news flash, another blind spot, is that, and again, this is not around shame or judgment, God forbid, this is about pragmatism, okay? We're speaking straight. So what it really is that the people you attract, whether it's online or offline, are a mirror to your own fears, your own readiness. And people say to me, well, how could someone online like know my fears or know that I have fear of abandonment? Well, how do they know? It's an energy, right? We're all energetic beings living in a physical manifestation. So if we are in fact blocked, meaning that we have unresolved trauma from the past, then we have to work that through. But it doesn't take long. I'm not talking about working it through in therapy for 20 years, talking about the past. I was in therapy from 12 into my late 30s, and that didn't change anything. So let's move that away and instead look at a different perspective about how to view the past and step out of the past so that you can architect and design a future. That's what we're talking about, right? Because this thing isn't just going to work itself out. And to say it's not in the cards, that's a blind spot. It is in the cards. How do I know? It's in the cards for everyone. Everyone deserves healthy love. Everyone, interconnectedness, emotional needs to be met is our birthright. As human beings, we need that. We need that connection. But we haven't had healthy modeling to understand how to bring that forth. And who here got into relationships that just keep turning out the same shitty way, emotionally unavailable, right? So we get stuck in this whole repetitive pattern, again, that we have to take responsibility for. Like, nothing in this life is really outside of ourselves. So these are blind spots that once we have a new awareness of, then boom, we can fix it and we could change perspectives. So another blind spot is when we go back and forth between, oh, I'm worthy of love. No, I know I'm worthy. And, oh, maybe I'm not worthy. No, I'm worthy, but maybe I'm not worthy, right? Because we're trying to gather evidence based on our history. But the truth is, if we're going back and forth between I'm worthy and I'm not worthy, really the I'm not worthy is what's running the show. And that is why, since we're energetic beings, if I'm not worthy, and it's a conversation from forever ago, right? Who can relate to that? Therapy, all the things that we do to try and solve this. But so again, if we feel not worthy on any level, then what kind of people do we attract? Right? Taking ownership of this thing, we attract people who make us feel unworthy. Period. That's how it works. And that explains why we get stuck in these patterns of unworthiness. And then we pretend that we're not doing that. So what do? We focus on work, we focus on success, and then people say to you, oh, you're so smart, you're so beautiful, how could you still possibly be alone? And then you say to yourself, well, I don't really know. But we do know. We know that, again, we weren't trained, right? Modeling. Half of our parents are divorced. The other half are in marriages that are not what we would want. And that's not true across the board, but when we get stuck in love, it tends to be that way. And that's why we get stuck, because we're stuck in blind spots. Another blind spot is when people say, is around vulnerability. Oh yeah, I'm vulnerable. I'm totally vulnerable. I share my vision with all of my dates. And I ask you, how's that going? How's that really going for you, sharing your vision with all your dates? That's all great, but what happens if it's on top of unworthiness and really, and all the men you're sharing with are emotionally unavailable? You see how that doesn't work? So it's again, an incongruence. And to find love, we have to be aligned. Because here's the deal. Your soulmate, your love, the one, that you crave, that you're ready for, that you want, energetically, right, is here. This person is ready for connection, wants connection, wants commitment, is able to meet your emotional needs, okay? But when we're stuck in patterns like incompletions from the past, thinking about exes, thinking about the good one got away and let the good one get away, then where are we on the time-space continuum? Past, right? We're in the past. But where's your soulmate really live? The one that is meant for you, right? The one that is on your timeline, that you're attracted to, that shares your vision, values, and goals. Where is that person? Well, they're in the future. And they're waiting for you. So there's no congruence, right? Because in order to find love, we need to be totally aligned. And how much inner space do you think we need to find healthy love? Do we need 20%? Can we be stuck on an ex or clogged up or thinking we're not worthy? Right. So we need to be, our inner space needs to be 100% aligned, right? We need to be fully ready to really let love in. But another blind spot is that we have fear of success. What is fear of success? It's even worse than fear of failure. Fear of success is, I don't trust it. I don't believe it. I don't believe I can meet someone amazing. And if I do, I don't believe it's going to last because it didn't in the past. So how are you going to create something that you don't believe? So it's a whole foundation of readiness, just like anything else. You don't become a lawyer until you take the LSATs, and then you apply for law school, then you go to law school, you go to all your classes, you learn, right? And then you take the bar exam, and then you become a lawyer. You don't become a lawyer by watching LA Law and saying, I'm a good person, right? To drive this point home. So from end to end, we're all creating what it is that we have. And we want to create something very different. This is different than, the law of attraction. We have all created vision boards. We've all set dates that passed and didn't happen. And behind me on my wall is my wall of love. And all my clients know, like, this is where we aspire to be, because they were all stuck in the beginning. And then they found healthy, conscious love. Why? Because they were able to become the one, be the one, to find the one. Because the truth is finding love really is a learnable skill. And I myself was stuck for many years, dating narcissists, emotionally unavailable, like the whole thing. From 12 to into my 30s, I did therapy. So what we know here doesn't matter. And law of attraction is a piece of the puzzle, but there is more. There is clearing, there is language. We need a plan to invite in the right person, because the law of attraction doesn't give us that ownership. It just doesn't. Because if we say, oh, it'll happen when it happens, it doesn't, because we're still blocked up. And there's an aspect of it that comes from a level of knowing, understanding, language, action. But we work 80-20. We become empowered daters and bring in the right one, because in the beginning part of our transformation, we heal. We literally get out of the past into a future and then create it in the present. So it's really fun. So if you're someone that would like to get out of the dating frustration and what I call mystery dating. Mystery dating is when, like, you go online, you put up a profile, and you see what happens. You wait and see, and then you start getting low quality people coming to you, which again, right, is not your fault, but it's not very proactive. So we get out of all of that. So if you're ready to get out of all of that, you want to have a proven plan that is heart-centered and effective, right? To have sweet love where we've never really experienced it before. then definitely, then we can do that. Then just send me a DM and say, soulmate ready. And then we can make that happen. And actually, you know, it's August now, and I'm looking for 5 people who are 100% committed to get off the dating roller coaster. And it doesn't matter how old you are. There are people in their 30s who are totally ready because they wanted to get married in their 20s. And again, I don't want anyone to be scared of the word marriage. What we help you do is get unstuck in love so that you can be with your partner, your true life soulmate. And I have clients in my 70s, in their 70s, right? Because they never worked it out, right? If you don't work it out, then you say, it's not in the cards, but it is. So we need a new reality. So I'm looking for 5 people who are decisive and committed and resourceful about their love life, because, you know, when we get love, we feel better. Again, it's not about fixing yourself or to say you're not okay as a single. You are. You're amazing. You're fabulous. Right? This is not about being desperate. This is about being pragmatic. Like, if we want to learn a skill, most of us invest in having that, right? You want to lose weight, we go to the gym or we get a trainer because we need a structure and accountability. So anyway, I'm looking for 5 women who really want to make this happen, to be in a few months with your person. Okay, we're going to change your life. So if you want that, again, DM me. And so that's it for me. If you guys have questions or more you want to know, I do this every week, new on Instagram, and so that you can have love. It's just the most beautiful thing. And forget like what society says about it, or like all that negativity around it, and don't listen to your friends. Friends love you, but if we're all struggling, we're kind of in the negativity. So let's stand out. All right, guys. So first, I also want to say, I appreciate you. I love what I do. I'm married 19 years. It'll be 19 years on the 23rd, for showing up and for listening. And if you like this healthy, straight talk, we're not talking about get inside the minds of men or be more goddess-like or get more into your feminine. You're already feminine if you're a woman. Like, it doesn't matter. What we have to do is just get you out of your own way and give you a paradigm of success like anything else. So thanks again for tuning in, and I will see you next week for our next training. Bye, guys.